Good morning.
Morning.
This is, the date today is August 17, 2024, and we have Robert Lee Powell here as a person to be interviewed. He's United States Army. Tell me where you're born, Robert.
I was born in Paducah, Kentucky,
What year?
1941.
So you're how old right now?
82.
82, and he's got an Army hat on. So tell us where you went to high school and then went to grade school, high school, and then when you got in the Army.
Well, I started grade school at Reedland High School. Well, it was Reedland School at the time, and it burnt when I was in 6th grade, and I went to Fremont and through the 8th grade, and then they had the new building finished, and I went back to Reedland.
And then you went to high school in Paducah?
Yes.
And then why did you enlist in the Army, and where did you enlist? At Paducah or somewhere else?
I enlisted in Paducah. I'm a 17-year-old kid needing a job, and Uncle Sam says, I got one for you.
And then where did you do your boot, and then where did you serve your time, and how many years you in?
Well, I took basic training in Fort Knox, Kentucky. I went in 1958, and I pulled 2 years in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh defense area. And then I went to Germany for 34 months and 15 days, Bethune County.
And so then you were in the tank?
No, I was in guided missiles.
Guided missiles, okay, so you had them all shooting at Russia, all during the late 50s and 60s, huh?
Well, during the Berlin crisis, it got kind of hairy,
Yeah.
but no bullets flew.
You weren't there during the Berlin airlift.
Yes, when
Did
they
you-
built the wall around Berlin.
Did you see them, all those planes coming in during the Berlin airlift, or were you close enough?
I wasn't close enough.
Yeah. But that was a pretty scary time. What year was that, 60?
62.
62, yeah. Okay, and what was your most memorable experience in those 5 years in the Army? Anything stand out when you had the missiles pointed at Russia, and anything ever scary happen?
And one time we spent 14 days on high alert, 5-minute status.
Was that during the Cuban crisis in
No,
62?
that was during the Russian, or the Berlin crisis,
And that was what year, 60?
62.
62, yeah, okay.
I remember when John F. Decided to give an opportunity to bring those missiles out, and he did.
And he was, they were all ready, positioned, yeah.
They were
No
ready.
nuclear, you didn't have any nuclear?
That I'm not allowed to say.
No, okay.
We had nuclear capability.
And then you got out of the service in the 60s and came back to Paducah and worked all your life?
Well, I came back to Paducah and then it ended up in Chicago for several years, and now I'm part-time in that area and then most of the time in Paducah.
Well, in Paducah, yeah. And so in Chicago, what'd you do there?
Well, I started out working for the railroad and I learned to weld, and then I welded for about 20 years and ended up maintenance supervisor for a nursing home.
Yeah. But the welding you did for L&N Railroad or Union Pacific?
Illinois Central.
Illinois Central, yeah. I went right down through Illinois. Yeah, it was a big railroad for Illinois. Yeah. Well, I thank you, and you're going to have a good time at this. We're on an honor flight here, first weekend of October. You'll love it. I'm glad your daughter brought you here, and you have a good time. And I can't thank you enough, and for your service. And I think people like you. We want you to come to our museum if you can. Our museum is open. Our museum's open 5 days a week. It's Evans Wartime is next to the airport here, and you ought to bring grandkids, and they would learn something hearing from you. And I gave some handouts to your daughter. We also have talks twice a month that are on really nice military topics. And did your middle name come from Robert E. Lee?
I don't know.
Yeah.
My mother never told me.
Okay. Well, thanks for your service in the Army, and I'm going to show you where to get registered here. Thanks a lot, Mr. Powell.